Is WWE Superstar Seth Rollins in Captain America? Brave New World? Explain Captain America. Brave New World is set to open in theaters this week, and it will see Anthony Maki step into the role of Sam Wilson once again as he picks up the iconic shield this time around. Alongside that, fans will also be introduced to the character of Red Hulk, as well, who will be played by actor Harrison Ford, and Jiancarlo Esposito will be making his long-awaited MCU debut too, while Captain America, Brave New World will feature many iconic stars in the film. At one point, it was set to feature WWE Superstar Seth Rollins as a part of the Serpent Society. However, the actor did recently confirm that he won't be starring in the film due to it going through many reshoots. In an interview with Chris Van Vliet on YouTube in January 2025, the actor confirmed his role being cut. Truth be told, any answer I gave you would only be my opinion on it. The script went through a lot of rewrites and reshoots, and so what I was there to do. Essentially, my role got either repurposed or completely erased. Rollins then continued to say that he hoped that it would be successful, but did confirm that he wouldn't be in the film anymore. While an official reason as to why Seth Rollins won't be appearing in Captain America, Brave New World wasn't given, director Julius Onah did confirm that he was set to be a part of the Serpent Society from the comics. In an interview with comicbook.com, Onah also praised Rollins as an actor and gave him his flowers as well, but noted that it ultimately didn't work out. When you're taking characters like Serpent Society from publishing, who, as you know, are individuals dressed up as snakes and have snake-adjacent powers, you're always iterating and trying to figure out the version that totally works best in a movie like this. Said Onah, I love Seth. Seth's incredible. But as we were evolving and we knew we had an additional photography period, just one that we did early on in the process that's planned. Captain America, Brave New World is scheduled to be released in theaters on February 14th, 2025. The film will be the fourth entry in the Captain America franchise and the first to feature Sam Wilson as the titular character, as well after the shield was passed down to him in Avengers Endgame. The official synopsis for the film reads, Anthony Maki returns as the high-flying hero Sam Wilson, who's officially taken up the mantle of Captain America. After meeting, they know they've got a finished product that hopefully they're happy with, and hopefully it's successful. But it will be sans Seth Rollins. This wouldn't be the first time that someone from the Rollins household was cut out from a Marvel film, as the wrestler's wife Becky Lynch, also a WWE superstar, had her role cut from Eternals as well. Seth Rollins trolls Hulk Hogan in reaction at WWE RAW on Netflix Premierewwe Hall of Famer. Hulk Hogan's recent appearance at the WWE RAW on Netflix premiere was met with a wave of loud boos from the live crowd. And Seth Rollins believes there's a reason for it. Rollins did acknowledge Hogan's contributions to professional wrestling, stating that the Hulkster was the reason he fell in love with the industry. However, he also suggested that Hogan has yet to take responsibility for certain things that have led to his rocky relationship with WWE fans, that I'll never take away what he's done for our business, Rollins continued. But I do think there's some responsibility that he needs to own up to that he hasn't yet. Maybe when he finally figures that out, he might be able to move forward with our fans. So we'll see. The Undertaker and Hogan react. Rollins isn't the only WWE star to comment on Hogan's reception. The Undertaker recently addressed the situation on a podcast, and while he didn't come right out and say anything negative about Hogan and the reaction, it was clear the dead man was insinuating the boos might have been earned. When asked if he felt bad for Hogan getting booed, The Undertaker bluntly responded, "No, sometimes in life things come back." Taker pointed out that Hogan no-sold the reaction backstage, choosing instead to push his real American beer brand. Meanwhile, Hogan himself addressed the situation on the Pat McAfee show and suggested that outside factors played a role in the negative response. But I think the politics had a lot to do with that reaction, Hogan said. McAfee, implying that there were additional reasons for the backlash, chimed in with, and some other stuff. Hogan responded, yeah, of course, pausing slightly when he realized that McAfee might have been taking a bit of a shot at him. He also mentioned that in any other setting, he would have turned the boos into something that would have worked and gone with his Hollywood Hogan persona. However, given that he was at the event to promote his partnership with WWE, he stayed in character and pushed through the reaction. Seth Rollins declares CM Punk his biggest rival and that he loves Roman Reigns. In a recent interview on Up and Adams with Kay Adams, Rollins was asked who he despised more between Punk and Reigns. Seth Rollins recently spoke about his intense rivalry with CM Punk and Roman Reigns following their chaotic clash at WWE Royal Rumble. The three superstars were involved in a heated brawl during the closing moments of the men's match. As Rollins and Reigns battled to eliminate each other, CM Punk seized the opportunity and took them both out. However, his victory was short-lived as Logan Paul ultimately defeated him. Seth Rollins recently spoke about his intense rivalry with CM Punk and Roman Reigns following their chaotic clash at WWE Royal Rumble. The three superstars were involved in a heated brawl during the closing moments of the men's match. As Rollins and Reigns battled to eliminate each other, CM Punk seized the opportunity and took them both out. However, his victory was short-lived as Logan Paul ultimately defeated him. Seth Rollins has lifted the lid on the reasons behind his dislike of CM Punk. The duo have been at odds since Punk returned to WWE at Survivor Series 2023 and looks set to meet for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40 before a torn triceps muscle sidelined the Second City Saint. For over 6 months, that CM Punk and Seth Rollins reignited their feud in late 2024 and made history when headlining the debut of WWE RAW on Netflix, held at Los Angeles' Intuit Dome on January 6, 2025. Speaking during a recent appearance on the Makki and Perloff show, the former Shield member opened up about his strained relationship with CM Punk. Noting that both men have different perspectives on their relationship, there is a lot of personal history there between me and CM Punk and different perspectives. He's on a different side of and is 10 years older than I am. He sees our relationship a lot different than I did. It's been very interesting to kind of lay all of this out to the world because I think people see it from both sides, especially someone who might be a fan of CM Punk. They root for him and want him to come back and long for him to come back to WWE. Then you hear the side of the people who he sort of stepped on along the way with no apology and no remorse. You start to hear that and ask questions about whose side am I really on here? Who is a good guy and who is a bad guy? I think that's what makes it interesting for me. It's been an interesting time and year to lay all of that out, stuff I've kept inside for a long time. You see it pop out here and there in little interviews. Now I finally get a microphone and be able to unload on the guy. The truth is the truth, and sometimes it hurts. Seth Rollins names Dream WrestleMania 41 opponent. After being eliminated from the Royal Rumble by CM Punk on February 2nd, Seth Rollins attacked both the voice of the voiceless and Roman Reigns in a stunning assault at ringside. Seth Rollins will compete in a men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match next week on WWE RAW. He will face former Universal Champion Finn Balor in a singles match. However, wrestling veteran Vince Russo does not seem very excited about the two former rivals squaring off once again. The Visionary was present on last night's Raw, where he talked about his goals for the WrestleMania season. However, he was soon interrupted by Finn Balor. They touched upon their history, recalling the Universal Championship match between them years ago at SummerSlam. However, Vince Russo is not impressed with the matchup. The former WWE writer questioned if anyone's even interested in seeing the two collide during his appearance on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of RAW. Is there anyone on this planet that cares about Seth Rollins and Finn Balor? Is there one person? One? He said both Finn Balor and Seth Rollins have not had a good start to 2025. While the Judgment Day member lost his grudge match against Damian Priest last month, the Visionary came up short against his arch-rival CM Punk on WWE Raw's season premiere on Netflix. Meanwhile, an entire group of hungry youngsters, led by Gunther and Braun Breaker, are establishing themselves as the future of WWE.